gonna be basically it's gonna be, I guess, drip can 1 and 2, or actually 2 and 3 is what we're doing. It's two different ways. What you do is you get these monster cans, kind of like this. Instead of throwing them away, it's something else you can do once you get done drinking it. If you drink these, just take the can, and like I said, remember, it's cold weather. The hole can be a little bit bigger, but you don't want a very big hole in it. Give it a second to focus in. That's about the size of the hole you want, right there. And you take these eye loops again, just like before, drip can 1, and you just screw in the eye loop, like so. If I can get it to go in. Go ahead and go through that little seal that's in there too. That'll help keep out water. But no, what this is instead of doing those the beer cans that we had, the 16-ounce cans, you can see the tops on there. You might have a problem taking the cap off the top. Taking a knife, whatever. And this way, when you hang it up, you just sit there. You tap your nail into a tree limb, and you just hang it up. And if you're leaving them out there, whenever you come out and you fill them up, all you gotta do is boom, fill it up, put the top back on, hang it back up. Or you can, if you take these home with you, you can sit there and you fill them up. You put some duct tape on the bottom of it, fill it up, and take it with you, hang it up in the tree, and then pull the duct tape off, and there you go. And like I said, these will last just depending on how big of a hole you have and what the weather temperature is outside. I mean, they can, if you got too big of a hole, a few hours, but usually you can get a day worth of dripping, at least half a day to a day. I've had some of these drip for 4 or 5 days, and what it does again is instead of just putting that like pig out, deer jam, buck jam on the ground, it's dropping through the air, so the air is picking up the scent, so it's going to carry it a lot further than just having it on the ground. And this would be drip can number 2. Like I said, just use these monster cans. Here's one of the bigger ones. They got these. Or if you find any kind of metal can that's got a screw top to it, you can do that. You want it to be metal. You don't want it to be plastic, because if you do it with plastic, squirrels are going to eat it up. If they find out what's in it, they're gonna sit there and chew it. Squirrels, raccoons, especially if you leave it out there. All right, coming up with a different idea. Gonna try something just a little bit different. A tiny little slit, like if you have a Dremel and with the grinding wheel on it, just barely grind you a small tiny hole on there. The holes around, and it'll drip out a little bit more. Like if you're just especially if you get out there at noon and you go down, you throw some corn out, you're gonna be hunting that afternoon, you go ahead and fill one of these up, hang it up in the tree. And you can put it, if you don't have nails, you can just hang it on a tree limb or whatever, let it dangle there. And then whenever you come out there in that evening, go ahead and go hunting. And these also work as good scent covers. Say like if the wind's blowing, I'm here, feeder's over here, and the wind's coming up from behind me, just hang this out in front of you, and that way the wind will pick it up, and you can use it as a scent cover right there to block your scent on that also, since it's up in the air. But there you go, Bohemian Hunting Club. That is drip can number 1. Number 2. Nah, you just gonna take it now. And that's coming out. What I found out, I actually got holes on the side and a hole in the middle, which gives it a little bit faster drip. Well, I found out that the whole thing about doing the screw on top of the eye loop, is when you put the cap on, you're keeping it airtight on top. So the only way air can get in is through these holes. And what it's going to do, it's going to slow down the drip. Which on those beer cans, it's the same way. The one, the 16 ouncer shaped like a bottle. Just make sure you go with the screw, because this is the old way we did it. If you see it, went through with there, so air could get in. Drips a lot faster. Doing this way, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's just barely dripping. So you want to put the eye loop through the top, put the cap on, get it where it's got good airtight seal up here. So the only way air is going to get in is through the bottom. So it drips, air goes up, drips, air goes up, slows down. Now you can put more holes, because I got one over there that I did several holes in just to see how fast it would go. And it's not going extremely fast. It's actually going about the same speed as these right here. That, and plus you don't have to worry about water getting in, because it'll eventually get in there. But there you go, Bohemian hunting. See, it's just barely coming out. There you go. It's barely dripping. That's all you want right there. And that will give you a non-stop, continuous smell in the air. And that right there, that can's full. Going that fast, see, it's just barely coming out the center too. It's coming more out because that's a bigger hole on the backside. Now once it gets down to the top up here, you know, the last bit will come out. Still, the only problem I've ever had coming up on these is the bottom. Sometimes it'll dry out, so you might carry a paper clip with you. And if you come along, you just take a paper clip and undo that off. But there you go, that will put a long smell of corn going through when the breeze picks up. There you go, Bohemian Hunting Club.